What's up, YouTube family? It's TSM over here, and then today we're literally back with another crazy one, right? So far, this is going to be a further clarification on how you can literally flip your account starting from zero, right? Now, I'm not definitely going to assure you that this is going to be a get rich quick scheme or something you can always have, right? But I'm literally going to tell you if you put in the work, you're literally going to see the secret recipe behind this. So far, a lot of you all have literally been wondering how we can actually have trades like this flipping as much as a 500 to 14K, and then we're literally having 100 to 3,000, and we're also having crazy sniper entries, right? Wondering how we can literally clear a prop firm in just a day of just one setup, which I'm quite sure a lot of person might have done in the past, right? And if you're literally wondering how you can actually have entries like this and be able to capitalize on flips like this, right? Now, this particular video is definitely for you. Now we've had crazy trades in the past, right? Where we actually did take 100 USD to 5K. We've taken $100 to 9K, and every single trade have been posted right here with a breakdown on how we actually did achieve this, right? So if you're particularly new to this community or if you're new to this channel, right, don't forget to like and subscribe, right? And I'm definitely leaving a link in this particular video description so you can literally be part of the community, right? So we move on to how you can to or replicate this kind of setups, right? So far, one thing every single trader needs to know is that you don't literally need sniper entries to always do your flips, right? And at the same time, you need to make sure that you literally know what you're doing in the marketplace, right? So these are literally trades which we've actually had so far based off the particular flip, right? Now I'm literally going to break down how you can do this and how you can literally go about this. Now, if you're particularly a newbie, I can always say this. If you're a newbie, right, make sure you master your strategy in respect to the conservative method, right? And if you look into learn how we do this, right, don't forget to click on the link in this particular video description to be able to replicate this, right? So so far we actually do have gold, and I'm particularly more of a good trader, right? So how can you actually do this? Now we actually have key value areas in the chart, right? Where you actually want to look out for double confluences for your trade, right? So far this is going to be using the basic SNL level, which every single person knows about, right? And how you can literally bring in precision, right? So we know for sure that if prices make a higher high or a higher low, right? There's a very high likelihood that if you scale to the lower time frame, you're literally going to see a mini structure inside that, right? And this is something a whole lot of people don't actually know. Now I'm literally going to give you a little instance, right? And firstly, let's look for a very clean chart where we can literally replicate this. Now, this is particularly the good chart, and this was particularly one of the trades that we actually did have majorly for the week, right? Now, you actually want to do make sure two particular things are in place, right? You first of all want to actually make sure you have your time frames in check. That is, you actually select some time frames or 2 to 3 time frames where you actually want to look at for this particular conferences, right? So, first of all, if you're particularly a day trader, you actually want to make use of the 4 hour, right? So, if you're particularly making use of the 4 hour time frame, let's actually move this, right? And in respect to the basic understanding in, or let's say if you're looking at this from a layman's knowledge, right? If you're particularly trading based off the traditional support and resistance, right? You can also see this happen in price, but we actually trade based off Malaysian support and resistance, right? So we actually do have the presence of a specific pattern which we call the QML, right? Now, if this is particularly the QML, we know for sure that it suggests that you actually do scaling right here. Now, the goal is to be able to have preset entry that will actually give you a zero drawdown, right? Now, for me, and in the community that we actually deploy this precision. That is to say, every single trade we actually want to take in the community, we actually want to make sure that we are literally on point, right? And you actually want to get inputs away from your entry, and at the same time, you actually don't want to have price playing around your entry, right? So how do you achieve this? Now, this is more like a secret hack, which is not literally out there, and at the same time, you literally need to put in the work and see how this thing pans out. Now, this is the 4 hour. So since we actually do have a QML right here, there's a very big tendency that if you scale to the lower time frame, which is going to be, in this particular case, the 15 minutes or the 30 minutes, right? You're still going to see a, we're literally going to see an SNL level nested in this particular zone, right? Now, this applies to all, and this is not literally like restricted to just one particular time frame. If you're a scalper, you definitely must definitely see the same thing, right? So let's look at the 30 minutes, right? So on the 30 minutes, we actually do have the presence of an SNL level, which is particularly nested above it, right? So if we are to look at this particular, if you are to look at this particular structure right now, we are going to definitely see the price actually did make a series of higher high, higher low, lower low, lower high, right? Lower low, maybe lower high, right? Lower right, and then price came back down. Now this is where we actually do have the presence of our QML, right? So this is going to like suggest to me that we need to see price. This is definitely going to suggest to me that we need to see price retest the most valid significant zone right there. Okay, so we actually want to like look in respect to SNL right now. So we are going to have price retesting well. So this is the line right here where we actually do have price run back into this to retest it, right? So in respect to this, there's practically an SNL template which has been put out there in the community and how you can actually like play or have the same playbook, right? So you can actually look up those patterns and then apply them to your chart, right? So we actually do have the presence of an SNLC type 2, okay? So we actually do have key level right there. Price comes back to retest this particular area, right? Now, take a look at the fact that we actually do have the same pattern presenting right here. This is a key level. Price actually made a lower low, ran back into this level, and then expanded all the way to the downside, and then price did give a quick retest, right? So we are definitely going to map this out for future purposes, right? So this is a pattern present right here. This is a key level. Price gives you a push, violated this low, retracement comes back down, and then price is retesting this for the third time, or should we say for the second time, right? Now, bring this reference point, right, with us having to refine this zone, or like having to like move all the way from this particular point to this 30 minutes SNL level, okay? Now, what do you actually see in price? What do you actually see in price? So we can see the price actually did come right here. You can literally see this tap in price, right? We did see this tap, and then price expanded to the downside. Now, at the same time, we actually do have this right now. Remember, we did scale from the 4 hour to the 30 minutes, right? So let's look out for this particular pattern by scaling to the 5 minutes. As I did say, we are particularly all about precision. And if you're looking to be part of the community, don't forget to click on the link in this particular video description, right, to be part of our free Telegram community. Now, we actually want to like look out for the same pattern, right? Now, you actually want to make sure that the pattern you see, you can literally identify, okay? You actually don't want to map out something which is like fucking difficult for you to like go through, right? So this right now is here any definite pattern right here. We particularly don't have anyone present, right? So this is literally going to take us where we scale lower. So I'm literally going to scale to the 1 minute, right? And as I did say, we're looking out for the presence of an SNL level. So let's go with this. We're moving with this right now. So now the question is going to be which particular SNL level is practically present on this particular price action. Now remember, this is practically the retracement, right? So we pretty much have seen the price have actually played based off this entire mitigation right now. And then the goal is to actually look out for a valid SNL level, right? Now remember, this is a QML which price have tapped into. So pretty much we literally don't have any QML in price, right? So we actually do have this valid SNL level present right here. So this is going to like pretty much take me all the way down there. So I literally have my level at this QML present right here, right? So if this is a QML present right here, this is going to be me having all my zone shrink all the way to this point, right? So based off the 30 minutes, I literally have had a particular defined level or zone, right? And then I've gone from having this entire price action to just having just this minimal point right here, okay? So if you're literally going to have this minimal point, you can literally use a very little stop loss, which is very applicable to this, right? So this is the zone. This is practically the zone, and if you scale back to the 30 minutes, right, what does this look like? All right, so this is what this looks like right here. This is what we actually do have this right here. Press tap into this and boom, expansion all the way to the downside. We actually do have this one, right? If we decide to scale further, you're going to like see, or if we decide to like refine this based off, so the entry point, right? This is literally what you have, where this was more like an inducement surprise, okay? Now, as I did say, refer back to the link in this particular video description to join the free Telegram community. So this is practically price not tapping into this, right? Inducement and then price came back all the way into this. Now let's say this is where you actually have your entry, right? With just this week right now, and you're looking to like stacking, you're looking to like create this kind of crazy, crazy flips, right? If you're looking to like replicate it, things like this, right? Now you should know for sure that in this particular case, you're not looking to like have a stop loss, right? Because this is you risking the entire account, right? So all we actually have to do is to make sure that our entry is literally on point, and you actually want to make sure you have an entry that enables you have little to zero drawdowns, right? So this is how easy it is. Now all you can do is like start with adding the first few positions right there. Okay, so you actually have 100 USD. You can literally start by adding a 0.30 at this particular point, right? Now, with you adding a 0.30 price moves immediately away from it, make sure you see the first impulse present, right? So the first impulse present, you literally want to like add on the second and then the third, right? Depending on how many you actually want to add, right? But at the same time, you also need to like monitor your margin level and make sure that there's a little bit of a margin left for it to be able to like cool your account, right? So this is how you're able to like do the crazy flip for the week. Entry right here, and based on the crazy volatility, this was practically a 60 pip stop if it actually did go south, right? Now, based on the volatility, it means we were able to like reduce our lot sizes in the way we actually did scaling, right? So a 0.06 was practically more than enough to like pan out and give you a crazy flip, right? So the target is always going to be the low that propelled the retracement, right? In this particular case, where did we actually get the low that propelled the retracement? We actually did have it at this particular point right here, okay? But no, you need to like make use of a fixed risk to reward, right? Either a 1:5, a 1:6, right? So that is how easy it is, guys. So make sure to actually apply this to uh, make sure you actually apply this to your arsenal, right? And as I did say, this is all an easy peasy. And if you're looking to like join us for more crazy flips, click on the link in this particular video description. Feel free to be part of our Telegram community, right? Every single trade and every single flip is literally being made available right there. And if you're looking to like capitalize on this, right, the templates are literally right there in the community. So don't forget to like and share and then subscribe to our YouTube channel, right? See you guys on the next slide.